Thank you very much, guys. Oh, I love that. The Fisho Crepo D-Man banter. I could listen to it all day. But I'm going to listen to my experts because we had a different game on our hands here. Roccat, of course, winning convincingly again, but coming out with a comp that maybe, well, they challenged themselves a little bit more with this one, I would say, Dexter.
I mean, yeah, first rotation, Corky, Lee Sin, were very good. Jarvan was banned, so not much too surprising there. But I think the fifth pick was a bit risky in my eyes, but yeah, I mean, that was showing off, I think. And then, yeah, he did some really good things, Rio, some roams, and had like a CS lead over Syndra at 10 minutes, I think. So he did really good, I think, for Rio. And then the communication between him and his all lanes was very good, actually. I wouldn't, when I first thought, like, yeah, he's subbing in, he's Korean, he has a language barrier. I don't think he will like mesh that well with the team, but his communication seems to be actually pretty good, and his roams were actually good.
I think a lot of the roaming, though, is kind of at fault for Dolphins. There was a couple times where Rio would roam, and he ran over not one, not two, but three wards, and then he would sit on the ward, and then they would see him there, and they wouldn't react accordingly to it. So I don't know. They just didn't know how to deal with the roams. Like, do we send like more people at him? Do we just like run into him and die?
Yeah. Then the jungler backing off, doing his camp instead of
yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Jankos getting in there with the Lee Sin, very strong performance. Let's talk a little bit about the bottom lane because top lane and mid lane have been doing so well. We've not been paying attention to it, but Woolite coming in there, a new pairing with Vander, and that seems to be very promising for the young guy.
Yeah, I mean, in this series, I think the bot lane had like zero effect on the game outcome because the top side of the map was so dominating, and Jankos like counter ganking and stuff. I mean, he got the kill bot lane, very good hook by Vander into Lantern, very sweet play there. But yeah, I think the bot lane overall had like I mean, we didn't really see the strength of the bot lane yet because they didn't have to step up because the top lane was already like crushing so hard.
They didn't even leave the bot lane.
They didn't even leave the bot lane.
10 minutes of the game, they're like, all right, we'll stay down here and watch this turret. You guys just do whatever you're gonna do over there.
But yeah, maybe we'll see more of it tomorrow when they play against CLG.
Absolutely.
So I can actually see them like stepping up there because they have like a big challenge. I mean, Aframu and Double Lift, former teammates of me, they're like super good, I think, still. And then I've talked a bit to them, and they're super confident again in shape, and yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic matchup indeed. And the first, I want to say, bigger test for Roccat coming into this one. I do want to talk a little bit about the Dolphins because they weren't doing that bad, all that bad actually in the beginning of the game, early game. Jax actually held his own pretty well, Saint.
Well, a lot of that is from just doing the level 2 cheese with Jax, which is really popular in a lot of top lanes where they kind of have like a weaker early game, so you want to get out of the levels. Like, he came back to lane, he did the cheese, he got to level 2, he came back to lane with 4 potions and a ward. And that just gives you a pretty big advantage when Gnar only, what do you have, like a Doran shield, one health potion. So it allows you to get out of Jax's weak laning phase. But I don't think he really took advantage of it because fights would be going on the other side of the map, and he wouldn't just push his advantage where you just stay in the lane and keep pushing down turrets. And that's really what you want to do with the Jax pick. There's a lot of times where he just roam aimlessly around the map, and it didn't seem like he knew what to do with that pick.
And one last thing maybe about Overpowers. We see him in his first games in this very new role. He definitely held his own, but he had some pretty strong picks. He did very well on the Aurelion, also on Gnar. Not too much to read into that, but I'd say he's on the right path.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had praise about him from like all sides that he's actually adjusting fairly well to the new lane. I mean, he was a very passive mid laner before. Everyone has been saying, yeah, Overpower, he's not really pressuring the lane. But yeah, I mean, we saw like super aggressive moves from him in the top lane, just diving on his own, getting kills, and super solid play by him. I think he didn't die a single time this series. So.
No, I don't think so.
Sneak peek. Definitely not in this game.
But yeah, I mean, pretty impressed by him. Really good play. And then we just have to see how everything matches up tomorrow because that's like the game I'm actually looking most forward to. And then Roccat with CLG. I mean, I want to see how both teams do. Yeah.
Also, on that note, really when the top lane experience comes in is when people start 2v1ing. And there wasn't any 2v1ing in this series. And a team may look really strong in the standard play, but once the real teams are defined once people start moving around the map and people have to be in different spots and just start catching waves, putting pressure on different places. And it just completely changed the way that you play your lane. And that's where the inexperience might come in. And I think that could actually really hurt him.
Yeah, they did catch the waves versus the Dolphins, so it was really good. Actually, right now we are joined by Jankos, jungler for Roccat. Welcome. Good to see you again.
Hey.
Well, congratulations first off. What a very convincing victory in your very first, I guess, competitive matchup or tournament here with the new lineup. Overall, what are the first thoughts of the gelling with the way the lineup is built now?
I think we are pretty good right now. We still had a sub mid lane, so we kind of expected to win this game. And, well, we will see. Like, the real test is tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, it absolutely is. How are you looking towards that game versus CLG? What a strong lineup here. They come in with Thinkard, not Smithy subbing in, but still a very strong jungler and for you to go up against.
I guess I don't know both of them, so I will just do my best. I will try to win the matchup. And yeah, we'll see.
All right, we saw you grind out that Elise. We know you love that Elise. You got that first blood again. It did work in that comp. Is that still something you will go for all the time in this meta, or do you have to leave her be for different picks?
Well, to be fair, after the nerfs to the jungle items, I think the meta champions are still pretty much the same. You got like Jarvan, Lee Sin, and allies, the strongest ones. So I think I will just stick to those ones, but you know, I might surprise like, tomorrow with something else.
You got any Kiki's picks, or are you going to be pulling out like the TF or something random like that?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty weak, but
it's all about Karthus jungle, man.
Yeah, dude, Karthus jungle.
Karthus jungle, it worked. It's definitely good. Lulu jungle, we saw that as well. That wasn't that successful, but...
I don't know about the Lulu jungle, but... Oh, yeah, I got to ask you. So what was with the disrespect against the Syndra, man? A jungler's worst nightmare is going within like a screen of Syndra, and you're just like, what? Like, I want to walk into your jungle. Oh, wait, I got one shot.
Well, I didn't expect her to air and like just flash and air me, but I was expecting to die her. I was just overconfident in myself, I guess. I don't know.
We've all been there.
It won't happen tomorrow.
We've all been there.
It won't happen tomorrow.
So how's it working with like Rio? Like, how do you communicate? He's doing well in terms of communication?
Yeah,
because
I think, you know, it's not that hard because he's very good, and it's just that you just know to know a few words, you know, to communicate well, and I guess, like, it's fine.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
you
working
just
good.
use, like, ping system, like the
yeah, we
Chinese
use
teams?
a little bit ping system.
Yeah.
Sometimes we write something, and, like, usually he understands English. It's just harder for him to speak that, but it's still fine.
I actually saw him smiling for the first time after the game, so he seems to be in a really good spot there. Yeah.
And it also looks like you guys are just gelling with him pretty well. He is just a sub for now. I'm not going to make you throw any team strats out here, but it does seem like he's gelling well within the team as well. And seeing how you have those changes, talk me through how it is to work for you as a jungler with those new players and players moving to new positions, especially Overpow, who had some great games, but for you it must also be an adjustment.
Well, I kind of am aggressive jungler, so when I had Overpower in the mid lane, I couldn't play so aggressive because he was playing passively. And now when he moved to the top lane, he's a lot more aggressive, and he actually wants to make plays with me. And Rio is pretty much the same, so I can trust them, I can invade enemy jungle, and I know that they will help me. I know that we can just kill everyone, so I'm pretty happy with the changes.
Does absolutely seem so. Is that something you guys as a team told Overpow to be more aggressive in that top lane? Is something he developed on his own? Is just the meta that shifted?
I think Overpow played a lot of top lane in solo queue even before we made him top lane. So I don't know, he just knows how to play this lane, and we didn't tell him anything, he just knows it.
Finally, the other change that was, of course, in the bottom lane, Selliver let go, and you have Woolite there, the new talent coming in the bottom lane with Vander. How is that working out? He had huge games as well, and it does seem like he's faring well in you guys' team.
He's playing super aggressive as well, and I really like that. Selliver was kind of more passive, and Woolite is just, you know, super aggressive. He likes to make plays as well, and like, you know, sometimes he dies for no reason, but usually, like, when he goes in, like, he just, you know, go nuts, and he just kills everyone. So, you know, it's super good to play with him.
All right. How are your eyes set on the prize here? All of the people that I've spoken to that have some insight have said Roccat is incredibly strong right now, and you must feel it that you have a real chance of grabbing the title here.
Well, I'm not going to underestimate my opponents, and I heard CLG is super strong as well. I know some of their players, I guess, except for the jungler, and we will just try my best, I guess. You know, I think the real test is tomorrow. I don't think, like, if we win tomorrow, I think the final may be like even easier than semi-final. So I guess we need to, you know, put up a good show tomorrow and just try our best.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely not get too overconfident knowing there's a long way ahead. 3 junglers here, and you guys don't want to grill each other. What's up with that?
You already said everything. You just need to play 3 junglers right now, and then the rest is kind of self-explanatory.
Here's some tips for CLG. Camp bot lane.
I will try, I guess.
Generally, how are you faring? You said that not that much changed, so for you it's pretty much business as usual, and Stalker's Blade now item of the month.
Yep.
I'm trying to get some pro tips here.
Well, I got you. What do you think about Rek'Sai?
Rek'Sai? I think he's pretty strong, but you know, you can't play him yet, and I think I will spam him after the IEM. And like if you want a little bit of insight of the jungle, after the AoE smite item nerf, I think it's still worth it to go for it sometimes. But when we play so aggressive, it's kind of better to get the blue smite item and just camp the lanes, you know. Just try to use it every time you have it and try to gank, like play super aggressive. And then the white smite is kind of useless, and the red one after the nerfs is as well.
I agree. Like we have seen, even in OGN and other regions, everyone is just rushing this Stalker's Blade, like the blue enchant on every single jungler. Just get the 375 gold, right? And then just instantly upgrade it and then try to gank. It's very strong, yeah, I agree. And then even the next upcoming patch, they're gonna make a lot more changes to that. So the jungle is actually like more into the balance role. And did you actually feel like the gold difference from the upgrade, like the 20 more gold from each camp?
Yeah, I really like that when you kill the crab early in the game, it actually gives you 20 gold bonus as well. So when crab is like so low, like 700 health, yeah, you can just kill it just for the gold, like if it's 50 gold, and it gives you vision for a short period of time, so it's super good.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Jankos. Congratulations. We'll be seeing you tomorrow, of course. And as for now, we're going over to an interview because Carmack is standing by with Dignitas's manager.